3 FM in Accra and affiliates across the country. If you're listening in the Volta region, this is OFM 92.5. The Gban FM 102.5 is also picking the bulletin live inside Tamale. We are live on Radio 192.1 in the Upper West region and also live on Radio Power 96 in Spain and around the world. You can join us on classfmonline.com. And coming up this afternoon, Health Committee to summon Defense and Health Ministers over delayed operationalization of Afari Hospital.
The best is to invite the talking about that hospital. I know very well it's under the Ministry of Defense. So the two of them can come together and report to us.
Also coming up, weeks after pleading not guilty to fraud and money laundering charges linked to 14.3 million Ghana cedis Exim Bank loan, NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Wuntumi has now asked the Attorney General to open the plea of negotiations.
So coming up, National Association of Institutional Suppliers pickets the Ministry of Education for the immediate payment of arrears.
As we gathered here, there is an issue of outstanding payment. We want the ministry to settle, and that is why we are here.
Also coming up, Class News investigation exposes gaps in World Bank funded Soko Fish and Farming project in Talensi.
So if this project was to come on, a lot of the youth would have been, because they would have employed a lot of the people, which they might have been running shift. And those who are always sitting idly doing nothing, they would have gotten employment. And the people too would have access to what? Water, because...
Also coming up, government to hand over 70 seized excavators for illegal mining operators to NADMO to support nationwide desalting exercise as rains intensifies. Also, meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Ketu North is calling for collective action against indiscipline and illegal development in flood-prone areas. Still to come, football fans recall greatest World Cup memories ahead of opening of the 2026 World Cup.
And then after that, I think the all famous Asamoah Akose World Cup penalty, you know, that World Cup as well. So basically, that is what I can say about.
Coming up in African news, Nigeria evacuates citizens from South Africa as anti-migrant sentiment rises. This plus many other stories, including sports, coming up in the next 30 minutes.
We're grateful for your time with us here on 12 Live on Class 91.3 FM. My name is Charles Akrofi, and I'm here with
Veronica Amadin,
who is starting the bulletin for us this afternoon. We're starting on from Parliament, isn't it?
Yes. So the Health Committee of Parliament is set to invite the Ministers for Defence and Health to brief the House on the status of the Afari Military Hospital in the Ashanti region amid concerns over delays in making the facility operational. According to members of the committee, the move has become necessary due to the prolonged delay in opening the hospital for public use and the growing pressure on the Okonfa-Nochi Teaching Hospital CAT, which continues to serve a large patient population in the region. The development follows an unannounced visit by members of the Minority Caucus on Health to the facility to assess its conditions and readiness for operation. However, the minority members reportedly encountered resistance during the visit, raising further questions about the state of the project. Speaking on 505 last night, a member of Health Committee, Dr. Thomas Anaba, expressed concern over the circumstances surrounding the minorities' visit and questioned the rationale behind the approach taken by the caucus. Despite his reservations, Dr. Anaba stressed the need for Parliament to obtain a clear update on the facility and indicated that the committee would ensure that both the Defence and Health Ministers appear before the House to provide answers.
The government is working hard to complete the hospital. You shouldn't go there to be making news. Their government abandoned it, just like they abandoned other hospitals and decided to build Agenda 111, gave money to their contractors. Most of them didn't do anything, and government is even fighting to get that money back.
Doc, I know this facility matters to you and the committee. As we speak, what briefing or document is available to the committee in terms of its operationalization?
We don't have any briefing or any documentation except what was reported by Honorable Litiwood in 2019. That is the information we have about the structure.
What is the way forward on the part of the committee to government?
The best we can do, once this thing has come up, we will see the chairman and we will invite the health minister to come and report to our committee on the status and what the government is planning to do with it. So to me, the ranking shouldn't have even gone there. He should have rather come face the doctors demanding for the hospital to complete it. He should have rather come with our chairman. Then we invite the health minister, the defense minister, and the health minister to come and then brief us on the state and tell us what government is doing, not going to the facility.
You talked about two ministers, the defense minister and the health minister. Are we seeing them before Parliament anytime soon?
For sure, we will talk to our. I will comment to my chairman of the committee. To call his ranking, and the best thing to do is to invite the two ministers to come, because the health minister was talking about that hospital. I know very well it's under Ministry of Defense, so the two of them can come together and report to us. Then we can report to Ghanaians, the state, and what government is doing to solve the problem. But the impression shouldn't be created that NDC government has abandoned the hospital, because the contractor who was there has left the site. He's no more there.
You heard Dr. Thomas Anaba, a member of the Health Committee, who spoke to KOJ on 505 last night.
From Parliament, let's head straight to the court, because the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Ntwibo-Isiakun, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has formally requested a plea negotiation with the Attorney General and his ongoing criminal trial over an alleged 14.3 million Ghana cedis loan fraud involving the Ghana Export-Import Bank, that's the Exim Bank. Now, the Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Remsai, filed a notification of commencement of plea negotiation at the Accra High Court on Thursday, June 11, 2026, under the docket number CR/0529/2026. According to the court document, Wuntumi's counsel, Mr. Andiapia Kubi Esquire, wrote to the Attorney General on June 5, 2026, requesting the initiation of plea negotiations in respect of the charges in the trial. The notification was filed under Section 162C, Clause 3 of Act 30, which governs plea negotiation procedures in Ghana's criminal justice system. Joining me in studio is my colleague Kwame Ochi Jr. for more in terms of what we know as far as this development is concerned. Kwame, what more do we know?
All right, Charles. So the case involves Chairman Wontumi as the first accused, Thomas Ntwibo-Isiakun, who remains at large as the second accused, and then Wontumi Farms Limited as the third accused. So Wontumi, as co-accused, faced 4 criminal charges: 1 defrauding by false pretense, authoring a forged documents, money laundering, and intentionally causing financial loss to the public institution. According to a charge sheet dated May 15, 2026, the accused persons involved allegedly secured about 14.3 million Ghana cedis from Exim Bank in 2018 under the guise of establishing a large-scale farming project. Well, according to the prosecutors, they claim Wontumi Farms Limited also applied for a 19 million Ghana cedi loan facility, presenting documents that purported to show that the company had secured a 100,000 acre parcel of land for agricultural venture. Again, the prosecution alleged that one of the documents presented as a board resolution letter was dated January 23, 2018, but referred to a resolution supposedly passed on December 9, 2017. Well, just 4 days before the company was officially incorporated on December 14, 2017. Now, the prosecution also further claims that although about 14.3 million was dispersed for the project, no farming activities were carried out. So that was the establishment of the case. Again, no machinery was purchased and no workers were employed. So it suggests that there was no work done for the monies allocated or the monies released. It is also alleged that a document presented as proof of purchase for farming equipment was falsified. Count 4 further alleges that Wontumi, Thomas Ntwibo-Isiakun, and Wontumi Farms Limited intentionally caused financial loss to the country. Export-Import Bank exceeding 30 million Ghana cedis in the course of the transaction, with substantial portions of the money allegedly are diverted into personal use and unrelated business investment. Well, the latter part says that the notification does not disclose the terms being proposed or the outcome of these discussions as the process is at its earlier stage. This is not Wuntumi's only active criminal matter. He, Akwanta Mining Limited, the company director Kwame Ntwi, are also before the Accra High Court in a separate trial over alleged illegal mining activities at Summerbrook, which we know that on July 3 we're going to see the final judgment from the court. So the Attorney General's office has not issued any public statement beyond the court's notification. Well, further developments in the Exim Bank case are expected when proceedings resume on 2026.
Thank you very much, Kwame Otri Jr. there with details as we understand that the chairman of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region, Bernard Ntwi, popularly known as Chairman Wuntumi, has formally requested a plea negotiation with the Attorney General's Department. Shortly, we'll be getting onto the phone lines and we would be speaking to Mamia Mabru, who is our court correspondent. I understand that we're still working the phone lines, and as and when we get her, we'll definitely bring her on and then understand what more issues are transpiring in Ghana's court this afternoon. This is 12 Live on Class 91.3 FM. We're turning our attention to some other matters now.
Moving on to some other stories, National Association of Institutional Suppliers under the Free Senior High School program are currently picketing the Ministry of Education, demanding the immediate payment of nearly 50 million Ghana cedis owed for uniforms and other supplies delivered to senior high schools since 2023. The protest, organized by the National Association of Institutional Suppliers, is taking place despite fresh assurances from officials of the Free Senior High School Secretariat that efforts are underway to process the outstanding claims. According to the association, members have not been paid for uniforms, house dresses, and school clothes supplied to public senior high schools over the past 2 years. Despite several engagements with government, the association says the prolonged non-payment is crippling businesses and is urging government to urgently settle the debt to prevent further hardship for suppliers. Let's take a listen to the association spokesperson, Vida Ohenewa.
As we gathered here, there is an issue of outstanding payment. We want the ministry to settle, and that is why we are here.
Outstanding payment,
about 50 million Ghana cedis.
For what period did you supply those goods?
Please, we supplied the previous administration gave us 2023 to 2025 academic year.
25
that is yes, please.
Yes, 2025. 24 to 25 supply. I'm listening. Let him finish. He has a floor. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
So we are here to submit our petition to the Honorable Minister.
I'm happy to receive the petition when you are ready.
So that they can expedite payment for us.
Okay.
Truthfully, we are going through difficulties.
Justifiably.
Yes, our employees are leaving us. Our creditors are cheating us because most of these things are done. Ourselves, we are losing it all. Family issues are difficult, and we are here to submit our petition to them so that they will expedite payment for us.
And that's the association spokesperson, Vida Ohenewa. Let's go on the phone line and speak to my colleague Esther Missy Baba, who is live at the picketing. Esther, what more do we know regarding this?
Yes, so I'm currently here at the Ministry of Education, where the National Association of Institutional Suppliers are currently picketing here at the Ministry of Education concerning their delay in payment of outstanding arrears by the government from the year 2023 to 2025. So let me give a little background about the group. They are a group of individuals who sew uniforms to various institutions. They claim they use their own monies to sew these uniforms for institutions since 2023 to date. Their monies haven't been paid, and the government owe them about 50 million Ghana cedis. So that is why they are here today. Aside that, they were fortunate to meet with the Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, who happened to receive their petition and gave them a 1 week assurance to clear all debts owed by the ministry. So let's take a listen to what the minister had to say when receiving the petition.
Musabeka Muskano. Emise Egusuye Nejuma. na Ministry of Finance may get fund. Be mobilize it, Saskanunaya, the Atiamoka. And I want to thank you for coming to the Ministry of Education. What I urge you is to behave well and comport yourself and conduct yourself within the meaning of the law. Your protest is justified. If government doesn't pay you for 2 years, even the value
3 years.
Now maybe by some about 1 year. 3 years, as I'm a Bahama, 3 years doesn't mean maybe 3 years, not many. Now me see. Now Chimosabeka
Next week,
in a week's time, yeah. I'm very certain about it.
That we don't only pay the 2025, you add out of the 2024 and the 2023.
In your petition, you said 50 million. Yes. So yes, I'm looking at 50 million.
Thank you.
I'll convey the 50 million to
Thank you.
You had the Minister of Education giving assurance to some protesters that the outstanding claims would be paid, but he spoke in a can. And Charles, can you translate?
It's amazing. It's amazing that an Akan, speaker, so to speak, like you, is unable to understand what the minister said. But the minister essentially said that they would definitely be paying the monies to them, and that the Ministry of Finance would mobilize that money. He's in, some negotiations with the Ministry of Finance or the Minister of Finance to ensure that they mobilize the money and pay those who are picketing. That's essentially what the minister said. But Esther is still on the lines.
Esther, what more can we know?
Yes, so also the president of the group, Emmanuel Aivo, after the petition was presented to the minister, he gave assurance to to his members that since the minister has assured them of the monies will be paid, they should give him time so this should come.
It's very refreshing and good to hear the sector minister giving us this assurance. An assurance coming from him, we uphold it and we think that it's very in a good call and good order. So we are happy and we really expect that it will be honored. And once it comes from him, we know that truly by next week. And he said it in the presence of the media. All of you are here. He said it in the presence of the Ghanaians. So we believe that every day we will be addressing the media and we'll be letting you know the status.
You had the Association of the Institutional Suppliers, and my colleague Esther Misibaba was at the scene. This is some of the stories.
Right, so 12 Live here on Class 91.3 FM. Now, workers of the National Lottery Authority have given management a 14-day ultimatum to address concerns over delayed employee benefits and worsening welfare conditions or face industrial action. The National Lottery Authority local union says staff are increasingly frustrated by what they describe as poor working conditions and management decisions affecting the authority's operations. Local union chairman Eric Tamaklu is calling for urgent engagement with management to resolve the concerns and avert any disruption to the authority's activities.
As a business, that is what we detailed here. We will furnish you a copy of this. One, like I said, our vehicles is bad. If you are my client and I'm supposed to sit in that car and come to you, you are even discouraged to even do business with you. It is shameful. And information available to us is that they have even budgeted to procure some of these vehicles. The board chairman superintendent over the board rejecting some of these proposals. What? Why? What do they take us for? A government business, you want to run it like a private enterprise? Please, that cannot happen in NLA. We cannot allow that. And let me bring something to your attention. You have a situation where, as a business.
And so that's the local union chairman for the workers of the National Lottery Authority, Eric Tamaklu there. That's a 12 Live here on Class 91.3 FM. Veronica, what more do we have?
Well, to some other investigation stories, an investigation by Upper East reporter Moses Appiah has uncovered discrepancies in the implementation of a World Bank-funded livelihood project under the Gulf of Guinea Northern Region Social Cohesion (SOCO) initiative in the Talensi district of the Upper East region. The investigation, titled "Unwanted Fish Pond: How a World Bank-funded Project Failed Two Upper East Communities," found that fish farming infrastructure intended to support youth employment and local economic development was not completed as planned. Residents say only a pit was constructed, despite reports that the project would include fish ponds, mechanized boreholes, and water storage facilities. Moses Appiah has more to the story.
At the edge of the Toko in the Talensi district, a pit lies open, silent, unfenced, and slowly carving in. Dry branches and faded leaves have scattered across it, not as part of any construction, but as a desperate attempt by residents to prevent children and livestock from falling in. From a distance, it appears abandoned, yet official records tell a very different story. Documents from the Ministry of Local Government, the Talensi District Assembly, and the World Bank-funded SOCO project describe the site as a completed 4-chamber fish pond with a mechanized borehole and a 3,500-liter tank. But a visit to the site says otherwise. It is a hole. No fish pond, no borehole, no tank, just a hole. Elijah T.
This is the drilled one they came and drilled 2023 that I'm talking of. So I don't know if they said they have handed over, whether this one that they have handed over to the community or what, I don't know. But you can see it for yourself. Yeah.
Elijah T. is the former assembly member for the Toko electoral area. The SOCO project under the Toko was designed to support livelihood for about 6,500 residents through fish farming and improve water access in 2023.
So if this project was to come on, a lot of the youth would have been, because they would have employed a lot of the people, which they might have been running shift. And those who are always sitting idly doing nothing, they would have gotten employment. And the people too would have access to what? Water, because I think this project was coming with a mechanized borehole, which would have also helped the community. So for now, it's something that has been a worry because the project couldn't come again.
You heard Upper East reporter Moses Appiah.
So this is 12 Live here on Class 91.3 FM. Now, Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak has disclosed that 70 excavators confiscated from illegal mining operators will be reassigned to the National Disaster Management Organization to support efforts to tackle flooding across the country. According to the minister, the heavy-duty equipment recovered through ongoing operations against illegal mining activities will be utilized for an extensive desilting program aimed at improving drainage networks and mitigating the effect of seasonal flooding. The initiative, he says, forms part of government's broader strategy to convert assets seized from unlawful activities into resources that serve the public good. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, he explained that the excavators will be deployed to clear silted drains, waterways and other flood-prone areas, particularly in densely populated urban centers where poor drainage continues to contribute to recent flooding.
As we speak, we've marked 16 houses that we've identified in Greater Accra that are of public concern, and they started bringing them down. We want the public to support them, but the District Assembly must wake up to the realization that this tax is theirs. Mr. Speaker, if you care to know, even Parliament, if we want to build something here, we have to go to the right assembly to collect permits, because how many of us are doing it? And then when the disaster happens, then we want to blame each other. We will continue to do the best that we can in resourcing NADMO. Currently, one of the things that we are doing is that all the seized excavators in the illegal mining activities, last 2 weeks, we agreed that about 70 of it should be given to NADMO so that they can take it across the country for desilting. So that is being done, and my colleague Honorable Amabua was not around. Just yesterday, he said that next week we will do that, to hand over these excavators to NADMO so that they can use it to desilt most of the drain.
And so that's the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak there. Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Ketu South, Ablajifa Gomashi, has called for a united national effort to address poor sanitation practices and illegal developments that continue to worsen flooding across the country. contributing to discussions in Parliament on recent flooding incidents, the lawmaker argued that Ghanaians must take responsibility for their actions, stressing that the problem extends beyond government institutions and agencies.
We are noted to be 70% or more of Christians in this country. I don't know which part of the Bible encourages us to live in so much filth. From the schools to the churches to our hospitals to our offices, we just are comfortable with drinking water or whatever it is that we have eaten and leaving it exactly where we are. Mr. Speaker, if you organize an event now in this chamber and you serve food by mistake, by mistake you serve food and water, Mr. Speaker, I can assure you that everything that we have eaten and drunk will be left in this room for you who serve the food. We are the problem. We are the problem. So I think that if we are agreeing, because what I'm hearing from both sides is that we admit that there's a problem that has to be solved. If we can take away the politics and together decide that those who are building in waterways, those who are not doing their job, which they are being paid for, and all of us will come together and say, enough is enough.
And that's the Member of Parliament for Keto South, Abla Jifa Gomashit there.
Let's move on to some sports stories, because as the 2026 FIFA World Cup gets underway today across the United States, Canada and Mexico, football fans are reflecting on the tournament that left a lasting impression on them. The expanded competition featuring 48 teams is expected to deliver another month of thrilling football action. In a Vox Pop conducted by a news team, fans shared the number of World Cups they have watched and highlighted their favorite editions, citing memorable matches, iconic moments and the unique atmosphere that made those tournaments special.
Cup tournaments have you watched so far, and which one stood out for you?
The World Cups I've watched, I've really lost count, to be honest with you, but I think I can still remember.
Here's some fans sharing their number of cups they've watched and some memorable iconic moments they've shared. We'll bring you more excerpts on 505 with Kwame Ochi Jr.
And of course, still here with us on 12 Live here on Class 91.3 FM. We're staying a while longer on sports and related matters, because former Black Stars midfielder Emmanuel Ajiman has called on Ghanaians and football fans to throw their support behind the national team as the FIFA World Cup gets underway today. Now, speaking on the Class Morning Show, Ajiman stressed the importance of unity and patriotism, noting that the support of fans can play a crucial role in motivating players to perform at the highest level on the world stage. Take a listen to Ajiman Bedu when he spoke on the Class Morning Show.
With our support, it will help them to go far as we all. So in a certain aspect, I agree, but in football, anything can happen. You cannot write anything off from the team. Well, they should prove themselves. That's the expectation I want. If people are doubting us, that is where that they need to come out and try to convince people that they should give them the attention, because they were able to hold the nation in high esteem. And it's a challenge for them without the pressure. But if people are not having expectation for a team, you need to change the narrative. And how are you going to change the narrative? By going in all out and try and win something to convince them to have a goodwill and to support the team.
So that's an ex-Black Stars player, Emmanuel Ajiman speaking on the Class Morning Show.
Now, let's move on to African news, because Nigeria has become the latest African state to repatriate some of its citizens from South Africa following a rise in anti-migrant settlements in the country. A flight carrying 268 Nigerians has landed in Lagos after leaving Johannesburg on Thursday morning. The passengers were part of around 1,000 people who the Nigerian consulate in South African seas have registered to be repatriated. Now, Electroland Ghana Limited, Achedia Kesia, is giving you weekly and monthly big rewards when you buy Samsung, TCL Media and NASCO electronics anywhere in Ghana and from any authorized dealer or reseller. Just buy your LED Smart TV, split AC, double door fridges, auto grill gas cookers, washing machines, sound towers, microwaves, blenders, mobile phones and more from Samsung, TCL Media and NASCO, and dial *928 *88888 hash or go to register.electrolandraffles.com to enter our weekly and monthly draws. Electroland Ghana Limited, rewarding your patronage the big way.
And as we reward your patronage the big way, you should get ready to reveal your fortune, because reveal scratch Scratch for Win is here to change your life for good. So you want to dial star 850 star 5 hash and win up to 1 million Ghana cedis or more in cash prizes instantly. It's easy, it's exciting, and it's regulated by the National Lottery Authority. So you want to pick up the phone now. You dial star 850 star 5 hash to play the game. You choose your station to play the game on, i.e. Class FM. Select stake amount between 5 Ghana cedis and 2,000 Ghana cedis. Choose your lucky card out of 5 options. Confirm gameplay and enter your Momo PIN. Receive your game results and winnings instantly. It's easy, one more time, fun, and it's exciting. So get ready to scratch, win, and live your best life with Reverse Scratch for Win up to 1 million Ghana cedis up for grabs. One more time, the short code is star 850 star 5 hash, and Reverse Scratch for Win, scratch sika keke or scratch keke, nedi sika say bam. Reveal is strictly for persons 18 years and above. Reveal Scratch for Win is powered by Super Cash Games. And that's how we wrap up this afternoon's edition of 12 Live here on Class 91.3 FM, which came your way from our studios here at 3rd Daddy Walk Street, North Laboni, Accra. My name is Charles Akrofi, and I did this with
Veronica Amade.
And today is a big day. Of course, the World Cup starts today. You want to stay tuned to Class 91.3 FM because we've got lots and lots coming up as far as the World Cup is concerned. But after this program, definitely is going to be the afternoon business review with Nana Oye Ankra and the team. Always remember to log on to Class FM online for some more stories. Enjoy the rest of our program, and you do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.